So let's see, guys. So let's proceed. So let's see. So let me know, guys, what we have done yesterday. Quick. So first of all, session number. Who is tracking the session numbers, guys? Is it 8th or 9th class? Okay, I guess it's 10th. Okay, nice. 9th, I'm guessing. So yesterday was a 9th class and out of 60. So in yesterday's session, we were working with understanding the DevOps. We saw what are the definitions of it. We defined it. We saw what are the core components and we saw what are the fundamentals, right? And we were trying to understand the phases there and we're trying to understand the strategy, correct? So strategy we did not discuss in depth. The only reason is we have a duplication of this class happens in Jenkins CI. So at that point of time, we'll discuss in depth. So that's the right place to talk about the strategy. Then moving on, I asked you guys to download the softwares, correct? So I told you to download what is it? Oracle VMbox. And also I asked you guys to download. What is the other one, guys? What is the other one? CentOS. Nice. Yep. The other one was CentOS. Good. And we also have to, that is what we were talking yesterday. And today we have to proceed with our session. So today's class is 10th one out of 60. So what we're trying to do is today we'll focus on understanding in the DevOps. There is one phase that is called operate. And also there is one more phase called, what is that? Feedback. So these are the new things here. So we need to understand why this has been brought up. And that ends with completely theory part of the DevOps. Got it now? So let's jump in. Now, coming to the question of the operate, right? So operate, the operate phase in the DevOps is classified as engine of the project. This is very, very important, guys. This has been classified as engine of the project. It's an engine, the main one, or you can say it's a heart of the project. Now, why they came up with this phase is because according to the Patrick or observation from Agile is there is something concerns have been identified there. The first concern was in Agile, we had two teams concept. We know it already. That is development team and operations team. Here, what happened is development team would have, right, his own manager, or you can say the lead person entirely managing this team. You can say like technology. Generally, the people who at the development, we call that as technology managers, guys. Okay. And the people who entirely lead this operations team, we can call this as operations manager. Now, what is happening is in a single project, right, you have two steerings now. You can say two steerings are happening or two drivers are happening. So when these two drivers, or you can say the two persons who are, let's say, if they are working as A plus B, I guess the project will travel in smooth direction. Do you agree? A plus B format. Do you agree, Asif, Anjana, Atif, Boya? Chamundeshwari. The simple management science guys here. So head of the development team is technology manager and head of the operations team is operations manager. When these two leads are working together, definitely as per the management science, we can say that project will travel little smooth. Now, let's think about different use case. When there is some difference from A with a B, do you think everything happens smooth? A differs with B or B differs with A. So the things start getting little complex. Am I right? Divya, Ekta, Nayak, Gopal. Right. Now, when entirely the things are different, A minus B, that is where the project gets somewhat stagnant. Stagnant. Or you can say the things will not move. You will not see the visibility of the project happening. So that's a danger thing involved in A minus B. So Patrick was able to understand this kind of conflicts were happening in the agile. And that is the reason he proposed that we should have one team concept, right? And this entirely one team concept will cover both your entire team, right? One team concept, which are members of your project. All the members of your project become one team, and this to be headed by only one person. You understood now the logic? One person, very efficient person, you can say one person who can drive entire engine. Now, in this 1% story, what happens is he would have his team now. And his team is nothing but operate. And in this operate, he will have the members. You can say his members now are nothing but the team leads of each department. Don't you think this will work properly now? Team lead. All the team leads of different sections of your software production will be the members for his operate. And this operate is led by one person. And the operate is the person who is managing it is primarily responsible for the project. And this engine, we can say this team members, right? It looks like in a normal life, guys, like a chief minister along with his cabinet. Don't you think it is looking like that now? If the ministers are failing, we can blame that chief minister is incorrect. Do you agree? So it is something like a cabinet with a minister with his, or you can say the chief minister with his ministries or prime minister with his members, right? It is looking exactly like that. So one member heads and he has his team members like the team lead of test, team lead of network engineering, team lead of DevOps, team lead of, let's say, development team lead of, you can say this, or you can say the client relations, right? Team lead of what else, guys? Team lead of cloud. So different sections of the project management, or you can say the different sections in the software production, definitely carry some resources. And those resources are managed by some team leads, or you can say the scrum masters. And these scrum masters are the members of this operate. And this entire engine or this entire members are headed by one person. You understood now how it is different now? Am I clear? Now, if I say a famous statement like this, if your operate is failing, can I say that your project will fail? If your operate is failing, then your project will fail. So that is how we talk in the DevOps. But if you talk about in the Agile, you had finger pointings now. Like we can say that development team failed, or technology management has failed, or operations management has failed. So there are two chances are there, and also the conflict of interest is there. You got it? But in the DevOps, what happened is the leadership role is given to the one person, and independent team again will have their own team leads, and this team leads will become participate. This is one way of understanding. The similar another role of this operate is another one. So this is where the interesting stuff comes in. There is another role of this operate. What is that role? So this members of this operate, okay, who look into your project progress on every. See, the primary responsibility of these members of this operate is to drive the project, guys. To drive the project to reach to the goal, destination, right? And something like they are tracking the progress or they are driving it literally. And each team lead will have his own team members. Exactly, correct? Now the question comes is, what is exact role? The biggest achievement is Patrick has suggested that this operate phase should have meetings on daily basis. And this concept similarly existed in Agile also. Similar way of concept there in Agile, but there's a little difference. Can you tell me what this is called in Agile, guys? Those who are experts in Agile stuff or worked in Agile, can you tell me what is this concept we refer in Agile? We also have this concept in Agile also. But the Agile, what you know in Agile, little differs in the DevOps. Now, stand up is a call with your team. For example, I'll tell you one logic. So test a team lead, okay? Test a team lead is a member of operate, right? Don't you think again the test team lead will have his own team? He will have his own team. The meeting with his own team, we call that as a daily stand-up. That we know. Daily stand-up. That is different. What I'm here asking is different. In Agile, we call this as Scrum of Scrum. Scrum of Scrums. This meeting in the Agile is called as Scrum of Scrums. And according to the Agile, we should have this meeting twice a week. Twice a week. And again, cross communication. That means this team will have here, or let's say, let me put a diagram. So this team will have their own Scrum of Scrum, and this team will also have their own Scrum of Scrum. You got it? So as an independent entity in Agile, what happens is this team will have its own Scrum of Scrums. This will also have their own Scrum of Scrums. Now the problem is when they want to communicate each other cross channel, so this is delaying the process. So twice a week, that too twice a week. See the logic, twice a week. That means, let's say today we had a meeting and tomorrow some concern has come up. So to have a discussion with the other side of the coin means that side, we can say this team or this team wants to talk to this team. So they have to wait. Cross communication, it's almost takes time. Getting the point? So that is the reason this kind of inconvenience has been understood by the Patrick, and he suggested that's the reason operate. And he said that instead of having Scrum of Scrums independently among the teams, he suggested that Scrum of Scrums should happen here also on daily basis. That is what I'm talking. Scrum of Scrum should happen on daily basis. That means entire team leads of the project are present here. If they're sitting for everyday meeting, don't you think they will communicate each other better? You agree, yes or no, guys? Don't you think if entire team leads of the project are sitting in a call, conference call or whatever it is, face to face, right? If sitting in a call daily once, guys, okay? Daily, one time, they sit for a call, and let's imagine DevOps team. So I'll sit in a call and I'll talk to the network engineer. That happens in my project also. We sit for a call. Let's say I have something to get from network engineering team. So I'll talk to the network engineering team lead saying that, okay, this is the request we have. So can you get this done quick? So we'll know the status, right? Even let's say the testing team, if they have any pipeline concern, they will talk to me. They'll talk to the DevOps lead, to me, saying that, okay, this is what we are facing. Can you check the pipeline configuration? So this way of cross communication is happening very smooth here because of Operate. And there is a change in the methodology only. The way of handling the things are little changed, and it seems to be working better. Now, how many of you agree with this, guys? First of all, it's working better. The fact is, it is working better. Yes or no? All the blockers, they will sit for a day. Every day they'll sit for a call. Nothing wrong. So as a team lead, I'll have another call with my DevOps team. That's different. That is stand-up call, right? Daily Scrum call, we call it as. Again, as a lead, I'll have to participate in Operate phase, or you can say the Scrum of Scrum meetings, and understand what is going on in the project, what are the concerns, and if I want to have any communication with others, other team leads, I can talk fairly, right? So this is working better, frankly, guys. So that's a proven one now. That's the reason in the DevOps, Operate phase is considered as engine of the project, and which is looking exactly into the progress of your project. Okay. So Operate will represent the progress of your project. That's the tagline we have now. The Operate phase of your DevOps will represent the progress of your project. That's the tagline. Can I move on to the next one now? Mohanty, have you understood? Rakalis, have you understood? Kavya, Kirti, Kumar, Sravya. Is it nice? Okay, if you understand the thing, then you'll connect automatically. Then let's move on the last agenda. That is feedback. So with this, we'll end up the theory. So feedback, okay. So in the original model, what this guy gave, Patrick, did not had the feedback at all. Feedback was not a part of it. Okay. However, slowly from last 4 to 5 years, I would say 4 to 5 years, there is a new trend is happening in IT now. They started consuming or considering the feedback itself as a weightage for a phase in the DevOps now. I guess yesterday I showed you the IBM model, right? So IBM model of the DevOps also has the feedback in their phases, right? So this is a new trend emerging now. So feedback is considered as a new phase of the SDLC now, and which was missing in the waterfall and which was missing even in the agile. Now this is a new weightage in the DevOps. Maybe the next model which comes into the market, maybe some XYZ or APC, definitely will carry the feedback as an weightage. Now the question comes is here, what feedback? What is the meaning of the feedback here? What is a feedback here? This is what you need to get. Is it, do you think, are we talking about the customer service feedback? We call that CSAT now. What is that? Customer satisfaction. People call this as CSAT, I guess. Is it we are bothering about CSAT? Or are we bothering about calling to the clients and knowing how it is working? Is it what you are trying to understand, guys? So, to the point, feedback does not include the meanings of customer satisfaction, does not include making a calls to client and understand how it is working. No. So that is not the feedback here. The meaning of the feedback in SDLC is somewhat different. Okay. So let me give you the example. By that example, you should catch what is the meaning of feedback. So let's say I have 2 projects in my company. Imagine, let's say project A, right? Which is operating in Hyderabad. I have 2 projects. Let's take it project number A. and which is operating in Hyderabad. And they started their work. Okay, everything going happy, smooth. We can say, I'll put like arrow, right? At some point, they got some challenge. They got some challenge, guys. It's common in projects, we get some challenges and we have to fix it, right? So, that challenge, to fix it, we applied some fixer, right? We applied some fix. And that fixer did not work. I'm not talking about the issues, guys. I'm talking about your model itself. So this is point you need to catch. I repeat once again, I'm not talking about the issues, errors that you get. I'm talking about the rule book. Initially, you analyzed your project. After analyzing, we thought that this is how we are supposed to handle this. That is nothing but your SDLC. And you started your stuff at some point because of some changes or some demand. Challenge has come up and you applied some fix upon that SDLC. Okay. So it did not work out. It did not work out. Right? It failed. Assumption is failed. Unknowingly, in the project B, which is operating in Bangalore, unknowingly, right? They got the similar issue. What is the result? What is the result, guys, here? What is an expected result? Expected at least. So unknowingly in the project number B, which they are operating from Bangalore, and project may be different. That's a B. That's the reason we call that as B. And SDLC there, and they got the similar challenge, right? Similar issue. Okay. Because we cannot determine what can happen, but the most probable stuff is it will fail. It will fail, guys, in most cases. So this is what is happening. It happens in some companies also. So some idea you thought and it did not work out. Unknowingly, the same idea in the project, which they are operating in some other Bangalore or let's say some other location of your organization, they will also supposed to fail. Now the point is, here the point of understanding is, once you come up with an idea, right, whether it is working or not, how you are trying to implement, what challenges you have, if you have a tracking of this at some place, at some common place, right, at some common place where the access is given to all the projects, definitely if this would have been done, then the team will look into that idea and see whether it will work out in their project or not. Do you agree? That's a simple logic, guys. Some idea in the project, whether it is working or some challenges, whether positive, negative, that's okay. If you would have tracked it and the tracking, right, you place the tracking at some place where that some place, the data, if you give the access to the all the projects without exposing the critical stuff of the project, just generic information how this ideology worked, and that can definitely act as a feedback to the teams or any other projects who are trying to implement the same idea. And definitely that feedback can help them to make some betterments in implementing their project. Actually, this kind of an implementation is being done in some big companies. For example, IBM does it. I worked for IBM, guys, for some time. I'm telling you fairly, they do this. Okay, in some project, whatever ideologies they pick up, right, they will track it at some place. Okay, and that some place they will share the details to the other projects also. And if they are trying out the same ideology, they can be aware how it worked, how it did not work. So based on that, the teams can go ahead with that ideology. So this is what the Patrick did not include in the original, what you can say, the model. But what is happening is slowly from the community itself, IT community itself, what is happening is they want this kind of ideology to be implemented as a feedback in the project. You understood? So let's say, now I'll come to the actual point. Let's say we done some project and we took the feedback, how we handled it, and what challenges we faced. And if you share that feedback with the other teams or other projects in your company, don't you think it can helpful for them? That's a simple logic, correct? So definitely it will help them. So that is what the weightage of the feedback is here. Clear, Mayuri, Kanisa, Maunika, Nagireddy? So whatever the feedback that you are getting from current project implement analysis, if you can help to share that such data with other projects in your same company, so they can take advantage of it and make it better. That is what the feedback is trying to do in the SDLC here. So don't assume that feedback means we are trying to call to the customer and asking how the project is doing or how the application is doing. No. So we are trying to share the experience of the project within the company to the other projects so that they can learn the experience from us. Got it now? So that's the feedback stuff. So this is all about your DevOps, guys. So yes, it's exactly the internal feedback. Correct. But the tragedy is this feedback has been never given a weightage. That is a trouble. As a phase, it was never given. So slowly the IT community started considering this. The project experiences can be seen as a feedback now. The project experiences can be seen as a feedback. If you do not document it, what happens is maybe let's say 10 projects you're doing and you're finishing off and you're not documenting your experiences, how you handle. So somebody, let's say 11th project comes and your core team leaves, then you'll be in trouble. Correct? Your core team, which was handled at the 10 projects and their experiences, and they left your organization, and you don't have the analysis with you, what is their experience, right? So definitely company will have little trouble in handling the 11th project. So that's the essence of the feedback here. Now keep in mind the very fundamental principle is in the feedback analysis here, we never share the client data. We only share the experience of implementation. That's a thumb rule. Keep in mind, very stringent rule is we never share the client data. We share the project experience. Both are not same. We just share the project experience. Got it? Good. Nice. So that's all from the DevOps, guys. So that's the theory stuff. That's the reason this is called DevOps. Now let's come to the silly points. So dev represents a development, everybody knows. So if I start like this, then you would not have understood this subject. So a lot of others keep on telling, okay, dev represents development. Then ops represents operations. This is both one team, right? What is that? One team. And here simply we'll use tools and we do automation. If you learn like this, you'll not get the subject, right? So I hope you understood how the things have been resolved over the years. What we were pending in the waterfall, what we were pending in the agile, some new things have been brought up here. So one more conclusion here. So beyond the DevOps, there are ultra super models are also there. So you can say this is a He-Man. We have Batman coming up here. You got it. So it is something like Avatar 1 and this is Avatar 2. We just recently got new movie now. So you can assume like DevOps is Avatar 1 and there is a new model called as SAFe, guys. New model came up in the market, SAFe. This is a new model. And you can say this is like an Avatar 2. It's a mixed version of your both Agile and the DevOps. It takes the best implementation of the Agile principles and takes the best implementation principles of the DevOps, and that is what SAFe. And the SAFe is given by whom? Any guess? No, SAFe is not given by the Patrick. DevOps is given by the Patrick, that we know. Who gave this SAFe? So SAFe has come from the same, that is Agile Foundations. Agile Foundations revisited their Agile model and they understood what is happening in the DevOps, and they took the best out of the DevOps, and they came up with a new framework now called SAFe. Clear? Understood? Nagireddy, Rajat, Surya Narayana, Shankar. See, man, that's common in the business world. So you revisited your model and you made some improvements upon it and you come up with a new name. So that is exactly nothing but your SAFe. So if I talk in other style, the agile got little updated one. Now we have to call that as a SAFe. So keep in mind, SAFe can be a super interesting model after 2032. Just started 4 to 5 years. Any model will take some time to establish. That's common. So till 2030 or 31, we are not worried. So we are in 23, roughly more 7 to 8 years. We are not at all worried about our careers. So in future, we'll see the migration of the projects happening from the agile to the, or we can say DevOps to the SAFe model. Clear? Nice. Okay. Good, guys. So I'll give a quick overview of our tools and then we'll start. Yeah, the full form of this SAFe is scaled. So let's take the full form. Scaled Agile Framework. Now keep in mind this model is still evolving. Okay, this model is still evolving. So not to be worried about the scale. I mean to say this model at this point of time. Scaled Agile Framework. Okay, that's the one. Now let's jump into the DevOps, guys. So we'll set up the lab. Okay, lab setup we have to do. So let's jump in. The lab setup, guys. So I hope everybody are ready. So do you have your laptops or desktops ready with you? Okay, nice. So the first activity is, okay. So the first activity is we have to download and install Oracle VMbox. Okay. So anyway, we have to open it now once again. So I'll go to the site internet. I'll showing it once again quickly. If those who have not downloaded, please download it. So go to the internet and say Oracle VMbox, right? And click on this downloads. And once you reach to this site, if you are using Windows computers, go with this. If you are using Mac computers, go with this. Only two options. So we'll go with the Windows. So click on the Windows and download that file. See that file you'd have to download and install it. So I want you guys to proceed with installation, guys. Okay. So let me open up the document. Just hold on. So I think I need to I'll open up from my computer rather than live. Okay, this is far better. Nice. So you guys have to download that. Go ahead and download, guys, those who have not done quickly. So download that and proceed with installation. So when you proceed with installation, guys, download it and install. Okay, before we do that, I want some volunteers. Who want to volunteer, guys? So I'll give the access you guys. You have to share your screen and I'll try to drive you on your computer. Okay. So that we'll do it live. already on my computer is there. You'll not feel interesting. Okay. So let me create a Google Meet for you guys. So those who want to be volunteer should have good internet speed. That's the criteria. Very good internet speed is required. Super speed. Okay, Surya Narayana is ready. So I'm happy to share him. Create an instant meeting. Okay, so Surya Narayana, I'm sending you the link. Only Surya Narayana is supposed to join in. Nobody else, guys. So don't join. Only Surya Narayana. So Surya Narayana, quickly join that link and share the screen to me. We'll do it live quickly. So everybody, okay, one request is preferably you watch what is happening. So I found in my previous classes that students are focusing on installations and they are not able to focus on the class. Better you watch first how the things are happening. Then after the class is done, peacefully just do the things. Okay. So watch. First watch and write your steps. Okay. I'm taking control of Surya Narayana computer. Yeah, nice, Surya. So just go ahead and share the screen. Share your screen to me. No. In the Google meeting. In the Google Meet, you have to share. Okay, nice. You can switch off your camera actually. You can turn off your camera, not required, because it will eat away bandwidth. Yeah. So I think you have to switch off your camera. In the Google Meet, I'm talking. I can see you. Mhm. The three dots, check it if you have camera option to switch off. You're not finding an option to switch off. Okay, so you're left. Okay, let him switch off camera and come back. Shankar, are you able to understand me? Bhagat, Pratibha, Rahul. Your name is nice, man, like Rahul Gandhi. It's a nice name. So Rangarao. So Rahul Gandhi has very nickname. What is that nickname, guys? He's called Prince of India, na? Oh, Pappu, not Pappu. He's called Prince of India, Little Prince of India, who was always trying to imagine like want to become Prime Minister. Not yet done. Okay, so Narayana, you're gone. Okay, somebody else, guys. So Surya Narayana got exited. Somebody else, everyone in the meeting. So first of all, please confirm. Mayuri wants to take it. Okay. So let's give the chance for Mayuri. Mayuri, I sent the link. Please join. I sent in for everybody, but I don't recommend everybody to join. Mayuri, please give it a try. So when you join, please switch off your camera and let's do the good internet is required. It only takes 20 minutes to set up your lab, guys. 20 minutes only, not more than 20 minutes. Okay, admit. So let's pick first Mayuri. Then if Mayuri can't, then we'll see the Sashul. Okay. Okay, Mayuri, share the screen to me. Okay, nice. Now go to the browser and download your Oracle VM box, and only just I'll be telling you, you need to drive. That's it. Just share your primary screen, your class screen not required. Yeah, go ahead and download your. Make the screen bigger. It is small actually. Yeah, you download it. Okay, fine. So let me make my screen bigger. First of all, hold on. Full screen. Nice. Right click and start install. She downloaded, guys. You can see it is there on our computer. And prepare to install. Yes. You have to be super slow, Mayuri. Okay, because yeah, click next. Here also next. This is what I want to tell you guys. You'll get a message that you see on the screen that says warning network interfaces. So you need to accept this. Say yes. What will happen is it will configure your network properly. Yeah, missing dependencies. Say yes. Install. That's it. So it will take I'm guessing 2 or 3 minutes. Then it will say done. So other those who want to do, quickly go ahead and do at your end. So network interfaces window that you get, please make sure that you accept it and proceed. Rohini, are you able to understand the class? Sai, Samir, Sanjay, Sashul, Hamad, Sheikh Afroz. So you need to forgive me if I'm pronouncing incorrectly. Okay. What is this? Yeah, finish. Just hit on the finish. Okay, those who get errors, nothing to panic, guys. We'll fix it. No problem. So not to panic if you get errors. You have to focus absolutely on the class and see what is happening first of all. Okay, we got it. So once the installation has been done, the second step is go on to the internet and download the CentOS. So Mayuri, I guess your name Mayuri, no? Yeah. See. Yeah, she has already downloaded, guys. But at my end, I want to show you those who have not downloaded. So this is a place where you have to visit. Okay. Those who have not downloaded. So go to the google.com and say CentOS 7 download. Okay. Visit this site. Go here, CentOS.org. Okay. And you need to make sure that it is CentOS 7, CentOS Linux 729. And you click on the first one. Click on the first one, guys. And this will open up the web links. You can click on any link of your choice. So preferably I'll go with from top 3. I'm clicking on the second. And this will come to this page, some server. And here you need to download minimal copy. This copy you need to download. You need to download, right? So that is what Mayuri has done. So now let's switch back to the Mayuri screen. Okay, so she has done. Mayuri is ready with our download file. Then the third step is you have to open up the Oracle VM box that has been installed. You make it bigger, Mayuri. That screen, make it bigger. Right. Now, third step is we are trying to focus on creating the configuration for your image. Okay, we are trying to create a configuration for the image. So how to do it? Let's see how. Mayuri, click on the new. You start giving some name for the configuration. You can give any name of your choice. Give some name. It's your choice. You guys can give any name, guys. You can say CentOS base image or DevOps class base image. Okay, it's your thing. Then next, you can save that image at anywhere on your computer. Nothing to disturb there. And third one is from where, from which image you want to create. So click on others, right? Absolutely what she is doing. And you have to show the file. You kept somewhere in your downloads now, right? That is what you need to do because this configuration requires a file. Yeah, click open. Then version, you can see it is highlighted as Red Hat. You just keep focus. It says Red Hat 64-bit. Do you see that, guys? The font looks small, but that is what interesting. Now here a pit stop. How many of you don't see? Definitely some people may not find the 64-bit option. Some people, not everybody. I would say out of 10, 1 or 2 guys will have trouble in having that 64-bit there. You may get 32. You may get 32 at this point of time. If you get 32, please proceed. Nothing wrong. But ideally, we are required 64 only. So how to fix that 32-bit stuff, we'll talk at the end, not now. Okay. So proceed with 64 and click on next. Yeah. So don't give this. So install in the background on not required all these things. Click on back. Let's do it differently. Otherwise, if you set up passwords, you'll forget. Let's do one more thing, guys. Click on cancel, Mayuri. We'll do in a different way. Click on cancel. Cancel it. Again, click on new. Okay, let's do it. Redo it, guys. I'll give a name once again. I repeat, I am trying to redo the steps. So give some DevOps, right? Okay. Now directly jump to the type. Don't touch iOS image. Leave it off. You leave it off. So type TYPE type. Microsoft, please change it to the Linux. Unix or a Linux. Okay. Version, please look for Red Hat 64-bit. If you do in this method, second method, you will be flexible. I mean to say it is easy also to understand. First method is little advanced one. So I don't want you guys to try advanced at this point. So I repeat, we given the name, we given the type, and we given the version, right? 64-bit. Click on next. Memory. See, Mayuri has memory of 2 GB. Do you agree? Bring down that to 1 GB. 1 GB is sufficient for our practice. 1 GB value is how much, guys? 2 GB is not required. 1 GB is sufficient. I'm guessing that should be 1024 MB, right? Okay. Okay. So that is also nice. Processor is also one is sufficient for our practice. She has 8 processors, 8 CPUs. We are just using one. Click on next. Are we clear on this step, guys? Shravani, Sushmita, Upendra. Nice. In the next, it is asking how much hard disk you want to give or how much space you want to give for your image. So that is trying to consume 20 GB. 20 GB is also not required. It's a waste of wasting the hard disk. Okay. Bring down that to 8 GB. For our practice, 8 GB is more than sufficient. Bring down 8 or literally type it 8. Nice. 8 is sufficient for more than our for our practice. Then click on next. Hmm. Then finally hit on finish. That's it. So we created the configuration. Do you see the configuration created, guys? Upendra, Vidyasagar, those who are new to this kind of things. Vijay, Visweshwar, sorry. You have to confirm, guys. Otherwise, how I would know that, okay, you are sleeping or in the class? I don't know. Okay, so it's good. Nice. So, yeah, that's okay, but we are trying to do. Then configuration is created. Our next step is to map the image. The fourth step now. Step number 4 is we have to map the image. Now, how do you map the image? So highlight the configuration that you created, highlight it, and then click on settings. Okay, settings window will open up, right? And go to the storage there. Left hand side, you find a lot of options like you can see general system, deploy, a lot of options. Look for an option that says storage. Once you see the storage, right, under right hand side little storage devices, I see controller ID. There is a word called empty. Do you see that a word called empty, guys? Empty, EMPTY, right? Empty. So highlight that empty, and right hand side one more disk button you'll get. So this font is small. I'll show it at my computer quickly. Just let me do it quickly. Okay, but installation will do on her computer only. So what I'm trying to talk is this one. If I create a new configuration, let's say DevOps like her, and I'll say Linux, and I'll say Red Hat 64, not Oracle, Red Hat 64. Next, 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 next. That's it. You'll get configuration. Highlight this. I'm talking about settings. And you go to the storage. You click on this empty, and you'll get one more empty here. Right? This is what I'm talking. So one more empty. You click on choose a disk file and show that file, whatever you have. That downloaded one is there now. Whatever you download, that is what the file that you downloaded, your CentOS image, that is what you have to show, and then click on OK. That's the only thing. So let's switch back to her. Yeah, proceed. Proceed, Mayuri. Right, did you select the image? Click on settings once again and go to that storage. Yeah, you got. So the CentOS image is mapped, guys. And click on OK. That is step number 4. We mapped it. Now step number 5 is we have to install. So highlight the image and just say start. That's it. You have to say start. What is this spotlight sidebar? Let's try. What is spotlight? Okay, it looks like spotlight. This is super easy. Yeah, we'll make it. Okay. Now you can see on the screen. Now hold on. You click on cancel there. Click on cancel. Guys, you get the screen like this. So once you get the screen, before the timer ends there, You click on X. X. If it is not troubling you, click on that X. Okay. So before the screen ends, you hit on the escape key. Before the timer ends, hit on the escape. Escape on your keyboard, guys. Escape key on your keyboard. Okay. So go ahead and hit on the escape. You're not getting? Shut down and I mean to say close this and again open it. You there? Close that. I mean to say you can stop this and again open it. Power off and again open it. Nothing wrong. Power off. Select the power off. Power off. No, don't never save it. It will eat away your RAM memory. You have to always say power off. Okay. So I'll do it on my computer, guys. So the steps are same. So we are here. So let's switch back to my machine. Mayuri, just follow me, okay? That's fine. I'm exiting. So let's do it on my machine from here. So let me go ahead and choose the this file. I don't know where is there in my downloads. That CentOS stuff. I don't have. So I have to quickly download. Six minutes. Hold on. No worries. Rangarup, we will talk at the end. So just 1 minute quickly we'll do. So it is 4 minutes. 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes. Yeah. So Nayak, if you're getting an error that says Oracle require Microsoft C++, download from internet and install. Microsoft C++, you need to download some, yeah, that is correct. Some dependence, if it is missing, please download from internet and install. Download that Microsoft C++ from, see that message you will get when you miss some updates actually. On your Windows computer, you should have your updates working. If any updates are missing, that is what happens. See guys, Nayak is telling that he got some Microsoft C++ error. So if you're getting that error, that is common. That is because some updates are missing. Go on to the internet, whatever it is telling that is missing, search on the internet and download that and install. Then come back and try the installation. Am I clear? Okay. So open, mapped it. Then I'll go to the start. You can see I mapped the image. I go to the start. So once it comes up, guys, what I'll do is, see, timer is 60 seconds. Before timer ends, you hit on the escape key on your keyboard. Escape key. The moment you hit on the escape key, you'll get a message that says boot. Do you see that? Here, I want you guys to focus on the screen only. Don't try to do at your end. Please do after the class. So focus on my screen. Do you see a boot? That is what I want. Do you see a word called boot on there? Yeah, you see it. The moment you see it, please go ahead and type like this. Linux, all small case, Linux, give a space and type text. This is a keyword you need to type. Linux, small case, then give a space and type text and press enter. Now what happens is it will try to install the Linux in CUI mode. What is the meaning of CUI? What is the meaning of CUI, guys? Character user interface, right? So if you do not do that, if you do not hit on the escape key and if you allow it, it will try to install the Linux in GUI mode, which we do not want, which is not required. The reason is in a real time, your Linux servers will be operated in CUI mode only. They don't want GUI. Clear now? So we'll practice also in like a real style only. So make sure that that is installed in CUI only, not GUI. I don't want GUI, guys. If you're trying to do GUI, it's up to you. But please go ahead and do CUI only. Now, once you proceed and you'll get a screen like this. How many options you see in total now? 9 options. Correct? Am I right, Asif? 9 options. Sanjana, Atif, Pavan, Ranga. 9 options. So first option, language. Second, time settings. Third, installation source. Likewise, we have 9. So beside each option, there is something. There is some message for you. That message is this. Where is that? 1 second. In the notes, I'll show you. What is that stuff? Okay. If you see like this, it indicates that it is already configured. If you see exclamation symbol, we have to configure, but mandatory. If you see a square box, nothing inside of that, then we have to configure, but it's an optional. So anything that is X, we are happy. Anything that is exclamation, that is what we have to take care. Now let's move back and do that activity. First is already X. Okay, so we'll not disturb. Second one, I see the exclamation, right? So I'll enter the number 2 and press enter. Second one is all about time settings, guys. Now it is asking, do you want to set up the time zone and do you want to configure the NTP servers, right? So we have to say, I'm trying to set up the time zone. Just press 1. Got it now? So press 1 and press enter. We want to set up the time zone. Now it is asking, we have to in total, it's asking the region. Are you in Europe or are you in Africa or Asia or let's say America, Pacific, Australia, Atlantic? It's giving a lot of options. So I am in Asia, so I'll press number 2. Okay. Then it is giving the places in the Asia and it says at the end, press enter to continue. Right? So I'm pressing enter to continue. Now it is giving in total 83 places. In this 83 places, place number 40 is what relevant for me, Kolkata. And place number 11 is, 22 is Delhi. In this entire 83 places, we have only 2 Indian places, guys, 22 and 40. So since I'm sitting in Hyderabad, I feel Kolkata is near to me. So I'll just select Kolkata as a time zone for me. Press 40 and come back. So we came back. So third one is also X. I'll not disturb. Fourth one is also X. I'm happy. Fifth one is exclamation. Fifth one is exclamation. Do you see the fifth option, exclamation, guys? Yeah. And you have to be super careful with the fifth option only. Okay. This is the one area where generally I see the students are making a mistake. So you have to be little careful with the fifth one. Okay. It is something like enter the dragon. Okay. Fifth. Question number 1. It is asking, did you create 8 GB hard disk? Mutual hard disk. Did you create That's the meaning of the English written over there, right? If you have created, that is what I done now, 8 GB hard disk. That is what Mayuri also done. Mayuri, when we were on her computer, we were trying to create 8, right? So it's asking those questions, confirmations only. Yeah, that I done. So I'll press C to continue. Question number 2. So if you have created 8 GB, what kind of partitioning you want to follow? You want to use entire space, or you want to use free space, or replace existing? So it should be use all space. That is correct. So I'll press C to continue. Now it is asking third question. Partition. What type of partition you want to follow? Standard partition, BTRFs, LVM, LVM thin provisioning. So currently LVM is sufficient for us. So you can press continue. Simple. So can I say that once I went into the fifth option, I went with all C? Do you agree? Once I entered into the fifth option, it asked me 3 questions. For all 3, I said simply C, C, C. Right? Sixth is also good. And seventh one is optional. Okay. And eighth one seems to be exclamation. Now it is asking us to set up the root password. So what is the meaning of root password, guys? So if you have an experience, let's say with the Windows, in Windows operating system, when you're trying to install Windows, at some point, it will ask you to set up the administrator password. Did you face this experience, guys? At the time of setting up Windows operating systems on your laptops or desktops, at some point, it will ask the administrator password, correct? So the Windows administration concept or administrator concept, exactly in the Linux, we call that as a root. So in Windows, that is an administrator. In Linux, that is called root. Got it now? That's the reason it is asking you to set up root password. So I'm going to set up the root password now. Enter the 8. Now it is asking you to type the password. Go ahead and type it. So whatever you type, it is not visible on the screen. Okay. That's the security of Linux. So I'm typing some password. Then press enter. Then confirm the same password. And then press enter. That's it. So 8th one is also done. 9th one is an optional. So in this total 9 options, you have to cross check if you have any exclamations. Do you have any exclamations? Do we see any exclamations, guys? No. So that means we are happy. So we should be good. So unless you don't find any exclamations, we can proceed. So no exclamations, we are good to go. So press B to begin. So I'll say B now. It is telling on the screen that make your choice. Q to quit, B to begin. So I want B. So I'll go with a B. And it starts doing the installation now. And this installation process will take around 10 to 15 minutes, guys. That's it. So it depends on talent of your computer. Talent, your own talent of your computer. Now you can see on the screen, it is batting some, you can see 301. It's batting at 101. What does it mean? So it is going to install roughly 301 softwares on your computer. And if I'm talking in a Linux style, I would say it is going to install 301 packages. Generally in a Windows, we call softwares. In a Linux, we call that as package. Okay, packages. So currently it is doing at 251. Yeah. So once this has installed 301 packages, it will go for verification. After verification, it will take 2 or 3 minutes of time to configure something, and it will come back suddenly on the screen and says that it is done. So we have to wait until you see that message. Anyway, it is going to take 5 minutes of time. So meanwhile, I want to take Shahul's question. Shahul, yeah, please talk to me. What's your concern? I see that you called me, man. I didn't check your message actually. So, Sahul, please talk to me. Unmute. I already asked you to unmute, yeah? What is this? What to type? Linux space text, I think I told. Linux gives space text. Okay, Rahul, talk to me. So
Yeah,
Rahul.
actually, hello, sir. Actually, I started the machine after installing that Oracle VirtualBox, and I uploaded that to CentOS as well. When I clicked on the start button, I got that error saying that not in a hypervisor partition.
Got it. Okay, we'll talk at the end. Yes. So
Okay.
I'll come to that point. You send me the screenshot in my WhatsApp. You have my WhatsApp number?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Send me the screenshot.
Shall I share it in our batch WhatsApp?
Yeah, that's also fine. In the WhatsApp group, just drop a message. I'll see what is that.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thank you.
So, Sashul, what you are looking is you need to type this message on the Linux space text. This is what I'm asking you to type. Okay, please guys, don't panic if your installations are not working, because you have the lab technician available and I'll be sharing the document. Redo these activities, guys. Nothing wrong. Redo this. Okay. And probable errors you might get. Let me put in simple words. First probable error you might get is it will tell you that some Microsoft C++ is missing. Okay. So Microsoft C++ is missing. So for this, you just need to download from internet and install. That's it. Nothing wrong. Go onto the internet, download wherever it is, install it, and again try VMbox. The second most probable errors you might get is you will not find this Red Hat 64. You will not find Red Hat 64. You will find Red Hat 32. So that is one concern. So for this concern, right, you have to go into the BIOS and enable virtualization. But before you do that, there are sequence of steps. And who is this? Rahul, I guess. Rahul, for your question, it's the same answer. So third concern can be you may get some errors talking about some hypervisor. Some error about ViceBro is telling that it is not active or not enabled. So either for case number 2 or a case number 3, the solution is this only. Okay. Step 1, uninstall Oracle VMbox, remove that. Then go into the BIOS of your machine. And third, enable virtualization. That happens because virtualization is not enabled. That's the only reason. Enable virtualization, then save the BIOS settings, and then get into your computer. Get into your machine, log in, and again try to install Oracle VMbox. It will fix the problem. Either second or a third, you have to do the same step. Clear? And if you want to know how to go into the BIOS, so I cannot tell. The reason is this BIOS test will differ from laptop to laptop. Will differ from lappy to lappy. No common steps. So best thing is you search on the internet. You just have to search like this. Again, in the different brands, the different models will carry different steps. So it's very difficult for a person to remember. So better you just go like this. You just say how to get into the BIOS, put like this, and put your model number. Let's say I'm using Dell. I'll say Vistro. Imagine just an example, and I'll say 2520. That's it. You put your brand and put the model number. You'll get at least some YouTube videos, or you'll get at least some websites which talks about how to get into your BIOS. So once you get into the BIOS, figure it out where is the virtualization option. So I'll show you some screenshots so that you can recognize visualization option in BIOS. Let's see some screenshots so that you'll understand. Okay. So see guys, these are all, if you're having the older BIOS program, generally you have to search under advanced tab or a configuration tab. If your laptop or a desktop is carrying the newer BIOS programs, then the options will look like this. This is the one. Just an example. Okay. See, I'm talking about just an example of see, Dell. Some model visualization. See, this is what. See, he is trying to enable. You saw this? You need to put that check mark. Check mark may be missing for your case. For HP or a Acer or any other brand, please Google it on the internet and find the steps. Am I clear, Rahul? So steps I cannot tell. The reason is it depends on your brand. Whatever desktop or laptops you're carrying, just figure it out, guys. Whatever it is. Okay, so let's come back to our mission and see what happened. Okay, do you see the message on the screen that says installation is complete? Do you see the message on the screen that says installation is complete? Divya, do you see it? Ekta, Nayak, Gopal, Mohanty, Irkalis, Kirti, Shravya. Okay, they're nice. It is asking us to press return to quick. Return means the enter key. Hit on the enter key. That's it. It will restart the machine. So, Rakalis, what is your email ID? What is your email ID? Sai, I did not get your email ID from admin, so ask the admin to drop me a mail. Okay. So machine got reboots, guys. So let the machine gets reboot and it is asking for us to log in. Okay. Now, when it is asking for us to log in, please enter the login ID as root, ROOT, root. In Windows also same story, guys. When you first time install your operating system, the ID will be administrator only. Here it will be root. Press enter and it starts asking the password. So you have to give the same password what you have given at the time of installation. Okay. So I given something, so I'm just typing that. I logged in. That's it. So if it is things are good, you will see that root at the rate localhost. That confirms that your installation has been perfect. Okay. So when this is good, what is our duty for the day? Shut down. That's it. Shut down. Single word, guys. It will stop that computer. Okay. Shut down. Single word. Don't split it. Shut down is a single word. Press enter. Exactly in a minute, it will shut down this machine. That Linux what box you created, that will power off automatically. In a minute, it will take 1 minute. Okay, so I'm ready to take the questions. Anything more, guys? I told I will talk at the end. Who has trouble, please? Okay, some announcements to make here. First of all, announcements. Password is not working. That is crazy. Means you forgot. See, password not working means I can't do anything. Only thing I can tell you is you can go back to this box, just right click and say, wait, it will come. I'll show on the other one, sample one. Okay. Right click and say remove. That's it. Remove and say delete all files. That configuration will go rework on this thing. That's the answer for Sanjay. Clear? If you forget the password, I can't do anything. So maybe something is missing. Okay. Hi, Ahmad. Okay, nice. Installation is halfway. That's great. Okay, nice. Share the document. Good. 1 second, guys. Let me get the document for you. Okay. So nothing to panic. I'll click on share. So anyone on the link, copy this link. In the class, I'm sending it for everybody, guys. Somebody please take some effort putting this in the WhatsApp. Got it now? So I sent the link that is free. You can just go ahead and see on that. Now, some announcement to be made. This is for everybody. I'm trying to stop the recording now. Not required for this announcements. Stop recording.